Yesterday's conspiracy theories, tomorrow's headlines. Most are still asleep and I ain't talking about no bedtime. The truth is not a Google search, you need to get your head right. The Greek goddess of illusion was called Media I'm not a coincidence theorist, I look for thread lines. Smashing every deadline, no longer smashing red wine. Though I can hear the bells chime, it feels like the end times. That probably should have been smashed on red wine. But the carnal mind is foolish, obey and end up ghoulish. Don't get used by instinct, take control and learn to use it. Make a load of earnest music, earn a few quid, learn a few tricks. Sure, the truth is persecuted, this whole world is pure abusive. Know a bit about everything and everything about nothing. Figured out my noggin while you picture out shopping. You sit about watching while I dish it out, stop it. I don't mean to sound cocky, I'm not even proud of it. It's a second nature to me, just for me to sound honest. I don't even need to sound honest, never been about profit. Everything but out on it, you can bet your house on it. Doubt I'll be out for the count when the sounds, and I'm down for the beat, no beat down. I mean, how long's it been? Help me out. I've been the only one who's held me down. All in the mind, hell freeze now. Still sick with it, healthy how? Few bars down and the world freaked out. I don't reach out, I seek out to speak out. I'ma recount the reasons they beat out.
Breaking news, Trumpenstein has decided to finish off the Sand People.
Oh, wow. Probably has absolutely nothing to do with the Epstein files.
Right, like I'm sending my son off to Iran tonight.
Let's see if we can find your son. Timmy, you're going to war. Pack your bags. Israel needs your help. Haven't you seen Europa, The Last Battle? I'm not dying for the synagogue of That's actually based.
Good call, Timmy. So all of a sudden, people just forgot about them burning the satanic ball statue. But let's see what it looked like in Iran the morning of February 28th.
Now, here it is, just some peaceful bombs. No word on whether Trumpenstein got the Ayatollah, but he did end up bombing a bunch of children, as Jeffrey Epstein would say. Whoops. But let's hear what the normies are saying about this whole thing.
Do you support Project Epstein Fury?
Of course. Every night I pray that my kids will fight for the Jews. But leave me alone. I've got bread and circuses to get to.
Hey, man, are you glad your taxes are being sent overseas? Dude, my wife just downloaded Hinge last night and $7 for gas. Literally wish I was chosen at this point. How do you feel about sending our troops off to war again? Oh, gosh, not another damn lefty. Bro, they are 1 week away from a nuke. Wow, scary. Quick question. Do you support the Iran war?
Bro, they're going after every country that doesn't have a Rothschild banking system. And no, I'm not vaxxed.
I think I'm in love.
Thanks, Tom. You should definitely grab her number.
But this just in, a U.S. airstrike has destroyed a school in southern Iran. Ching Chung joins us live from the tragedy.
We're here outside the school where devastation has arisen.
How could anyone do this to innocent people?
Well, they do eat foreskins.
We got 2 Palestinian foreskins and 3 Christian white ones. Yes, chef. Idiot. They want the jerky on top of the pizza. Make it again. Yes, chef.
So how are your foreskins today?
The Chinese ones were a bit sour, but the white ones were divine.
Very insightful.
Yeah.
Ching Chong, back to you.
With over 100 innocent girls now obliterated. Vax normies are saying it's chill because they have Persian friends. Tom, go ahead.
Do you hear about the school bombing?
What about the women who are forced to wear burqas? Are you antiseptic or something? You should be celebrating.
Why?
Because I know Iranians, unlike you.
Absolutely retarded. And as these Iranians uncover more and more infants in the rubble, Israeli news is saying they did this to themselves.
You're saying Israel didn't do it? Are you kidding me? And of course not. It was America, I swear. Just ask them. We're always the victims and never the bad guys.
They're saying they didn't do it. Are you going to take responsibility?
Look, we've been very clear about this. They did it to themselves because they're terrorists and stuff. We're actually just saving them from themselves.
Did the United States bomb a girls' elementary school in southern Iran on the first day of the war and kill 175 people?
In my opinion, based on what I've seen, that was done by Iran.
Is that true, Mr. Hickson? It was Iran who did that?
We're certainly investigating.
Still
But
investigating.
the only side that targets civilians is Iran.
I literally can't fathom the amount of mRNA flowing through someone's body to actually swallow this Epstein-level propaganda. But let's hear what Trumpstein, the president of no wars, has to say to the American Goyim.
The lives of courageous American heroes may be lost, and we may have casualties. That often happens in war. But we're doing this not for now. We're doing this for the future. And it is a noble mission.
So in other words, he had two choices. Let the Steinberg files get out or sacrifice Goyim to protect the pedos.
Well, who cares about Epstein victims? The Dow is nearly 50,000. Yeah.
Let's hear what Anna Kasparian has to say.
Our soldiers are going to be in Israel, right now as we speak, in order to defend the Israelis. Do the Israelis pay for our military? Are they the ones who are shelling out $1 trillion a year for our military? No, they're not. We pay for our military. Why are our soldiers based in Israel? Why do we have F-22 Raptors in Israel in order to protect Israel?
Hopefully this doesn't take 20 years like the last one.
Well, I'm not dying for Israel. Straight facts.
Right? Like, didn't you silly goy cattle learn from the Iraq War?
What should we do?
Let's ask Max Egan.
That guy's based.
Yeah, what about the service members that are actively deployed now?
Go home. Say no. Protect your families. What, are you going to go and fight a war for these people who we've just established torture, rape, and eat children? This is who you're going to fight.
Shut it down, Max. Your sons and daughters will die for Israel, whether you like it or not. Suck on this, Stu Peters. Back to the frickin' Goyslav, or you'll end up like Jackie.
Oh, gosh, the victim's cranky again.
I actually need a raise, so let's just read the headline.
Ugh, fine. February 28th strikes hit Tehran, Isfahan, and other parts of Iran, resulting in the death of their leader, Ali Khamenei.
Yay, this is so good for democracy.
Dude, do you really want Jewish supremacy?
Yeah, they just like jerky and pizza, but it's all a bunch of conspiracy theories.
Ugh, you are so gay, bro.
Sack the up. We're about to lose this country if you don't grow a pair. We outnumber them 10,000 to 1. Their Iron Dome is getting obliterated. Check this out.
Boom, baby. Look at that shit. They're overwhelming the shit out of that dome.
Dang, they're getting hit hard. I mean, good for Iran, but isn't this going to start World War III?
Yeah, pretty sure this is why they had to get rid of Charlie. Listen to what he said about this.
My whole life, I've been told that Iran is getting a bomb. Iran is getting a bomb. Iran is getting a bomb. Iran is getting a nuclear bomb. And yet here in 2025, they do not have a nuclear bomb. Same people that told us that Iraq was a big threat, the same people that told us the Taliban was a big threat. The evidence shows that every single one of these people that is pushing for a conflict with Iran has been one of the greatest catastrophes in American foreign policy ever. I mean, India has nuclear weapons. Pakistan has nuclear weapons, but lots of things are bad that we shouldn't risk destroying America to stop. And for me, this is a hard and fast red line.
Gosh, I miss Charlie, man.
Same.
But let's see Tel Aviv getting striked.
They're all just hiding in bunkers, though.
I don't care. Bring back Palestine, baby. Back to you, John.
This is the spiritual battle, folks, and God wins in the end. So chin up, soldiers. Boom. I mean, oh no, our greatest ally is getting treated like the sand people. That's so sad.
Oh no, the Khazarians, Chosenites, are getting a taste of their own medicine.
Oh, what a tragedy.
We better stop noticing, right, Shapiro-Stein?
Just because the Torah says we're not supposed to mass migrate to Israel and we're not actual Jews doesn't mean we're not perpetual victims, and the sand people need to leave.
Thank you, Shapiro-Stein. We need to come together and fulfill revelation. The Goyim are starting to notice, and we must usher in the digital beast system.
Wait, didn't the Bible say that the Messiah would come before the destruction of the Second Temple?
Yep.
And then it happened in 70 AD, right after
You got it.
So doesn't that mean these people are fulfilling Revelation?
That's it. Their so-called Messiah is actually just the Antichrist.
Stop reading the frickin' Bible. We created Christian Zionism so you normies would keep calling us chosen. Daisy, distract the Goyim with your lustful milkers.
Thanks, producer Berg. It's like their women aren't even allowed to have only freaks.
You're so right, Daisy. I'm actually a feminist, by the way.
Yeah, I'm not letting you hit.
Damn, okay.
But the good news is we can finally install the wall kisser.
Yeah, that Islamic guy was so toxic.
We're still not f***ing. Shapiro-Stein, take it away.
Just because we mark Charlie Kirk and I have a small wiener doesn't mean we won't bomb the shit out of Iran for having nukes. Besides, our nukes are even bigger, so we have the right to exist. God said so.
Jeez, he has no chill.
No, for real. Did you see that one veteran get dragged out of the Senate hearing?
So the Marine who said no one wants to fight for Israel?
Yep. Check this out. Yep.
Out. No one wants to fight for Israel.
His hand. Oh, his hand.
A U.S. Senator just broke the hand of a Marine. You're a coward.
I swear we're just their little go-away corporation, but let me pull up the senator who broke his arm. Every single Steinowitz. Back to you guys in the studio.
We seriously need to make them register as foreign agents.
Straight up, it's like, respect the troops until one badmouths Israel.
They just like active duty military aged men that are obedient and lethal.
Triple boosted, too.
Fully jabbed, exactly.
Let's go to Elena in Tel Aviv.
We're here in Tel Aviv, where a missile hit a military facility, killing one unlucky chosen person. And while Israel bombs children, Israelis are once again dancing in their underground bunkers. Let's see what they're up to. Here they are, just singing their Talmudic songs of genocide, while Iranians bury their children. But let's go live to see what's going on in Iran. Ching Chong, what's happening out there? We're here outside the burial site where Iranians are mourning the loss of their people. Mainstream news will not be showing you this, as Israel holds the world hostage with the Samson option, aka nuclear blackmail. And that basically means they're not afraid to use nukes, but not only on their enemies, but us too. Ian, break it down for us.
If our allies let us start to lose any of our wars, we're gonna nuke them too. Because y'all pieces of shit should have had our backs when we were down, and if you don't, f*** you, we're bombing everybody.
Thanks, Ian. And while American Goyim are celebrating, the footage of actual Iranians tells a completely different story. Check this out. As you can see, the Western propaganda is falling apart. They're gathering in mass protest against regime change, while U.S. Israel literally bombs their citizens. But don't take it from me. Let's hear it from the citizens.
Is this happiness about attacking Iran? I doubt they're even Iranians.
Your own parents and relatives are living in this country. Do you really expect a country that has brought prosperity to no one to bring it to you? Why would you think something like that?
Are they Iranian? I don't know what these people are happy about. They're ignorant and senseless people. They're both traitors to their people and traitors to their homeland. Dirty people.
Damn, I guess when you control the media, you can make anything look like a good thing, right?
I mean, how do you think they got 85% of people to take a poisonous vaccine?
I guess that's why they call us cattle, right, Ching Chong?
The U.S. and Israel expected assassinating their leader would mean millions of Iranians would take to the streets and overthrow their government. Instead, millions poured out to mourn and rally around the Iranian flag.
Shut it down! Get your ass back to America, or I'll turn you into a lampshade! Initiate the chemtrails!
Iran, bad.
A quick question. Did you notice the streaks in the sky earlier?
You're a conspiracy theorist. Iran, bad.
What the heck?
Thanks, guys. As you can see, we have a flow of jet stream chemtrails spraying nanoparticulate with aluminum and barium. Expect a heavy metal fog that will be blamed on climate change.
Seems like people are starting to accept the Iran ban.
I think it's the fluoride and heavy metals interacting with their mRNA, but what do I know?
That's based. Let's see what Trumpstein is telling the normies.
That was a tremendous threat to us for many years. 47 years they've been killing our people and killing people from all over the world. And I think we have great support. And I think if we didn't do it first, they would have done it to Israel.
Brought to you by the Jews at BlackRock, because you're not Joes.
He can't name a single American who has been killed by the Iranians because that hasn't happened. Iranians aren't the ones who for decades have been killing Americans to drag us into wars in the Middle East, into wars for their own territorial expansion. That has been Israel.
Wow, it's almost like no matter who we vote for, we just get Netanyahu.
Right, and this just in, North Korea says they could nuke Israel.
Oh, no. Please don't. That would fix everything.
Yeah, oh no.
Please, Mr. Kim J, do us a favor and don't not do that.
I do love a good Korean barbecue.
Same.
Shut it the heck down, Mr. Kim J. I swear, try me again and I press the nuclear activator. I'm this close. Run the freaking commercials or you're all getting nuked.
Have you tried our Goislop Jr., made from 100% missing goyim? Perfect with sports ball and gambling.
I hate myself.
Enjoy cancer.
Goislop Jr. Jeez, I've literally been craving the filet all week.
Yeah, Jerry loves his bread and circuses.
Stu Peters, wake the normies up.
The Iranians aren't the ones who bombed the USS Liberty. That was Israel. The Iranians aren't the ones who parked a moving van in view of the World Trade Center so they could film its demise and the deaths of thousands of Americans and then throw an impromptu dance party in a street. That was the Israelis.
Look, Stu, Just because Mossad agents filmed and danced during the toppling of your little towers and sent napalm and burnt the lifeboats on the USS Liberty, which was an accident, doesn't mean anything. This time it's different. Trust me. I'm chosen. Right, Trumpenstein?
I will always be a friend and a champion to the Jewish people. I have been.
Good goy.
You're not welcome.
Stop controlling our government.
Supporting Israel is gay.
Ching chong. How's it going in Iran?
Large explosions have broken out behind me tonight. An Israeli strike reportedly hit an oil storage site here in Tehran. This was a civilian industrial facility. Over 1,000 innocent casualties because that's who Israel targets.
Thanks, Ching Chong. Look at those massive pillars of fire being sent into the air.
Why are they targeting innocent civilians?
Let's ask the Jake GTV investigation team. Good question. Well, the Iran's weapon facilities are underground and the chosen people follow the Talmud. Remember their motto? By way of deception, thou shalt do war. Let's hear from the White House.
Realize we're spending $1 billion every day?
Right, but Epstein Files was trending and we had to distract the public. By the way, the Dow is almost at 50,000.
The Dow Jones broke 50,000 4 years ahead of schedule, and the S&P hit 7,000.
The Dow is over 50,000 right now.
Because here we go. The Dow is now above 50,000.
Broke 50,000 on the Dow, with the Dow going to 50,000. So Dow is at 50,000. It was supposed to be maybe, if we were lucky, within by the end of my presidency in 4 years.
So has anyone told them war crimes don't hide sex crimes?
I don't know. Google Trends says otherwise.
Right? There was more uproar over George Floyd than our politicians eating.
Why they call us goy cattle. Thanks, guys. Good thing the Dow hit 50,000. And if you're still not following Jake GTV, you're probably a total pussy. Definitely a loser, most likely. Retarded.
Yo. Welcome, everybody. I hope you guys are having a good night wherever you guys are. Thank you guys for being here, man. I appreciate every one of you. We're going to go ahead and start playing some background music and just to keep it fresh, just to keep everybody, grooving and moving. So what we got going on, just some simple news. Hey, first and foremost, so over here in across seas in Japan, they're unveiling Arcax, a 4.5 meter tall piloted giant humanoid robot capable of lifting tons, demolishing structures, and intervening remotely in disaster zones. This means that humans will no longer have to risk their lives in the most dangerous environments. Nuclear decommissioning, rescue operations, or future lunar bases. So, also what this means is that here in a few years, what we're going to start seeing is like some Transformers, some mecha, some super giant robots, because you can bet that they're going to start adding AI and people are going to start weaponizing things like, the military is going to start weaponizing these type of things all across the nation. And yeah, there might be some giant robots. James and no, not James, it's like iRobot, the big robot. It's not iRobot, damn it. It's like some old school robot movie. The Iron Giant, Jesus Christ. The Iron Giant, yeah, imagine that, something like that. Yeah, pretty cool. Let's go ahead and get the audio on this. So they'll be seen right here. This is going to be huge in industries that are going to profit off of these type of things. So because they're not going to need 50 workers anymore, they're just going to need one big giant worker to handle certain loads, and it just solves a lot of problems. People I mean, maybe 20 workers aren't really going to be needed for this type of job, whatever it can do. Push boulders in certain areas, or just mining purposes. The rescue operations would be pretty cool, but if it's in metal, how would it go against fire? Is this fireproof? That's pretty wild. The nuclear decommissioning I can understand, because you can have nuclear protection all across that. So it's gonna be awesome. The future is going to be awesome. And just like we've seen in the Jake GTV AI video of pretty much the war recap. Yeah, Tel Aviv is getting hit hard, but no need to worry. Hey, man, we don't want to stay on that too long. So if we're gonna get onto something real right here, is Aleister Crowley. He made this entity. Well, I shouldn't say he made. He said he was in contact with this entity. So for anybody who doesn't know who Aleister Crowley is, he is one of the America's, like, people would say, founders of occultism and Satanism and dark magic and occult esoteric teachings and just strange, wicked, dark teachings. And he channeled an alien or entity by the name of Lamb. Now here's the picture that he drew of this entity. So look, this is some alien that this dude Aleister Crowley, way back early in the 1900s, he came over here to America and he created like one of the first Church of Satan's or Temple of Satan's, something like that. Maybe there's a few different like branches of it. So if it's some satanic type church, and it was founded in Detroit, where he created his first one. Strange rabbit holes with the robots, the cloning, Eminem, and iRobot, but that's for another day. So Aleister Crowley right here, he was over there in Detroit and, you know, summoning black magic and shit, and he saw this alien looking motherfucker, and yeah, it's pretty wild because it's very similar to what people after the 1940s and 1950s and 1960s and 70s and 80s would say they see when they come in with some alien contact, because, you know, alien contact comes in many ways. Ancient cultures say this and that. You know, they have different viewpoints on it, and you know, every religion has different viewpoints on it, but regardless, let's just say it like this: there's spirits and entities, right? So this entity is the same entity that some of these UFOs and alien stories are also seeing in the recent days. So, you know, there's a speculation and there's like a lot of details in the research to look at these let's just say elite occultists and these people in these powerful circles and royal families and just occult level elite dark knowledge. They're manipulating, you know, they're doing like seances and rituals to summon things. And here is a little excerpt. So, office memorandum. The Air Force stated that 3 so-called flying saucers had been recovered near New Mexico. So this is the report about Roswell, and it describes an entity that looks like this. In an essence, it's very strange, you know, to really get down to the bottom of it and start seeing that they're doing some crazy black magic on some of these UFO and alien events, I guess you would say. Now, a religion that plays heavily into the occult and knows a lot about this right here. This is the daughter of a sitting Israeli minister accusing her parents years of sexual abuse and exploitation starting in early childhood. Shoshana Strook. And so the 2-minute video you can find all over the web. It's in the foreign language, so you can find a translation. but it's some real deal that what happens over there in Israel. There's no doubt about the sexual abuse that goes on over there. It's horrific, but God has a karma for them in essence, right? Hold on a second, my friends. Switching this view so you can see it just a little bit better. We're scrolling through Twitter today. Hope you guys are having a great night. If you guys could, please go and check out C60 from Carbon C60, shopc60.com, and use coupon code 509 Divine Pines for an amazing antioxidant, one of the world's best antioxidants, a Nobel Prize winning compound. It will revitalize your life. It will regenerate your cells, your carbon. It'll pick you up. There's multiple forms. You have avocado oil, MCT, coconut oil, and a few others, seasonal blends here and there. You also have some face cream, new facial cream that will totally regenerate your face, uplift your face, and totally get it new again. I've been using this thing for the facial cream for about 2 years. I've been using the actual C60 for about 3 or 4 or 5 years. I forgot how long. It's been a while, and my energy has been through the roof. There's been a true testament that I can just flow throughout the whole day for the most part, as long as I'm not injured. I mean, even when I'm injured, I was injured. I'm still able to do amazing work. But when I'm healthy and feeling great, the C60 has me flying for 20 hours a day, pretty much. You guys go over, check them out at shopc60.com. Thank you guys. Continuing on, a YouTube channel with 680,000 subscribers has been building free energy generators on camera for years. The Liberty Engine Project. They build them from car alternators, microwave transformer coils, neodymium magnets, and a 220 volt motor.
Can't you get energy from nothing? Many of you also say or claim that you can't get energy from nothing. We're not generating energy from nothing here. That's impossible. Here we use the energy that has always existed in the universe, magnetism. We transform magnetic energy into mechanical energy, and then through the alternator, we convert the mechanical energy back into electrical energy with very high efficiency. In this way, we obtain unlimited and free energy. Why does a 12-volt alternator produce 220 volts? Another question you ask is why a 12-volt alternator generates 220 volts. The answer is quite simple. By modifying the rotor, as you saw in the previous video, and adding permanent magnets, we generate a much more powerful magnetic field. We've also rewound the stator. This way, every time the magnetic field passes through a coil, the voltage increases 20-fold. Therefore, it produces a phase-to-phase voltage of 220 volts. There's a hidden battery. Some of you have suggested there might be a cable, a hidden battery, that the motor is actually a large lithium polymer battery hidden inside. As you saw earlier, we moved the camera around quite a bit, and you'll see it again later. And there's no hidden cable, no hidden battery. This is a wooden board, the power strip with the electrical connections, the modified alternator, and the electric motor. There's nothing else.
Yeah, man, the power of energy, free energy. We can harness science for our benefit, or we can be abused by it. I choose to harness it. That is a tool that we can always achieve a greater life with, and truly, let's just say, for instance, if you ever broke down in the middle of nowhere and you need to build an engine, well, yeah, you know how to build an engine, you can build an engine. But if you don't, you're kind of fucked. So, next up, scientists just copied a fruit fly's biological health and trapped it inside of a computer. Not an AI model trained to act like a fly. A total digital copy of a fly. They scanned and copied the brain neuron by neuron, synapse by synapse from electron microscopy data, then dropped the brain into a simulated body into a video game-like environment. The fly walked, it groomed, it fed. Nobody taught it anything. The behavior was already in the wiring. The entire premise of this modern AI is that intelligence is something you train into a system. This is proof it's something you can transfer out of one. Wild times. Let's replay this with audio for you guys. Oh, they have no audio? Even when I... Well, no audio at all. You guys saw the video. You guys heard. I don't like that. Oh, yeah. It's going down over there in Israel. So, in Israel, a mayor of an Israeli city and his deputy was just assassinated by Israeli I don't know, government. So even Arab Israelis are being killed over there and slaughtered. Like even the people who are part of the government. And if you're Arab Israeli and you're part of the government, oh, you're dead. Wow. I'm not gonna show the video. It's pretty graphic. They walk up and pretty much end his life and their life. Trump is scared. Trump's pretty much scared, and you know what? Like he should be, because he pretty much sold out his daughter to you know, it sucks. Like Jared Kushner literally just took his daughter and is his handler. He controls him through Israel's Mossad. I mean, it's pretty embarrassing. Like Trump doesn't know what he's doing half the time. I don't even think he runs his social media. Like clearly, some of this shit is just bonkers, right? Christian actress Candace Cameron Bure revealed her friend invited to a party that ended up being an underground demonic occult sex party.
Well, thanks, absolutely. Well, thanks for sharing your embarrassing
I mean, what about you?
story.
I don't want to put you on the line with an embarrassing story, but like, have you seen that to be true of like when you hang around certain people, you're like, oh, they kind of pull out maybe the worst of me or the best of me.
Of course. I mean, listen, I have some really weird, embarrassing moments, although I shouldn't say embarrassing. For me, they were more shameful of going to places where I thought like, oh, this person's a friend and I'm going to be cool and do this. And I went to a party once with Val because we were married, and it ended up being this underground party that was an S&M like sex thing that was so dark and demonic. And we walked in and my eyeballs were popping out of my head because I saw stuff I've never seen before in my life. And I'm looking at Val going like, how are we here? What is happening? And the one person that invited us, but we made a hard U-turn and walked right out of there. And it just was like so slimy and weird. And I was like, we're going to pause before we ever say yes to going out with that friend again. We just had no idea what we were walking into. And it was so disgusting and gross.
Yeah, at that point, they're not a friend anymore. You gotta cut them off. Like, yo, you choose God and you get out of these places, or I'm out of this place. So, well, same thing, right? Either you come with me and I'm coming out of this place, so you can stay here, but I'm not staying here. Yeah, that's how a lot of people in Hollywood just never really continue the whole blowing up. They just don't continue to get big and bigger and bigger and bigger because they're not going to those crazy Illuminati parties. Well, talk about crazy Illuminati party. Have you heard of this? This is where the crazy Illuminati parties go down. The only United States city erased from Google Maps where you cannot find it, you will not find it. And it's an ultra wealthy city. There's exactly one city in the U.S. you can explore on Street View. North Oaks, a private gated enclave in Minnesota known for extreme affluence and exclusivity. Guess what? There are several of these type of cities where they are private cities from the ultra wealthy that the normal population never sees. Sometimes they're underground, sometimes they're in mountains, sometimes they're out in the open, sometimes they're like, you know, out in the open nature, but like still kind of hidden from public view because they're just 50 miles off into a forest you just never see or drive to because the road is gated off, you know. There's all sorts of things. Trip out.
There are cameras and license plate readers. That's because in North Oaks, your property line doesn't go to the end of the curb, it goes all the way into the center of the road, leaving behind no public roadways. But property lines stop at the ground. Airspace works differently. According to the FAA, the airspace above North Oaks is unrestricted. And to be clear, I didn't want to be sued myself, so I studied for a few hours and went to take the Part 107 drone pilot test. I passed. Turns out it's actually pretty easy to become a pilot. All right, here we go. Then I launched a drone from the public streets that border the city and took 360 photos from a camera dangling beneath the drone along every road to map the entire city from above. And now Google Maps in the United States is complete. Or Google Maps. Is it Google's map or Google Maps? I don't know.
So is that guy Google executive? Or Google like journalist? Google. He didn't say who he was really, but interesting. So these private gated enclaves, and there's even more. Like I know over here, I've heard recently, just through the grapevine here in Washington State or Oregon, one of these two states, there was a gated city near the forest. You know, just for the ultra rich people. They won't see it from any type of drone or satellite or anything, and you won't get into it because it's gated off. Very interesting. Hope everyone realizes what is happening with this Pokemon Go and AI. So I'm going to play a few videos. So Pokemon Go players train 30 billion image AI maps, and it's just not Pokemon Go. It's like all of these apps. All of these apps are training AIs through our actions. So everything we say, do, think, see, click on the picture, camera, gallery, like, share, everything is training an artificial intelligence, either like an artificial intelligence individual or a bot, or like just the whole program of statistics. They don't really tell us. The Avatar program that was ran by the government to like simulate an avatar of us, and like in the digital form, so those like when they like put like a little cartoon of us, you know, in the computers and on our database, and treat it like an anime little avatar. And you know, from what I've heard, every single one of us, because like we already know every single citizen in America has a database in the government with statistics and logins and everything. They put a picture on it. Well, at some point in the last 10 years or so, they decided to put an avatar. I think maybe like last 20 years. They decided to put an avatar instead, like this 3D we me, like, you know, the little Xbox avatars, you know, all the little avatars we can choose and put in our facial picture, or like similarity, skin color, hair color, you know, do simple things. We can't, it's not photorealistic, but it's just cartoonish. Well, yeah, every single one of us has an avatar. That's so like everything on our phones, everything on our computers, Xboxes, all iPods, you know, Amazon Primes has been training these AIs and who knows the extent of what type of AIs they're trading. Like, it could be a million different type of ways, right? Either way, they've been doing it without our permission, and Pokemon Go is now exposed as one of the biggest. It's data stealers, I guess you would say. Let's go ahead and get into the meat of this trip. Ooh.
Pokemon has been around for years. Originally financed by the CIA, is now owned by Saudi Arabia. This is a real thing that's happening, and it's absolutely insane, and really ranks high up there in the Lunduk told you so category. A little bit of backstory on this. I've been reporting on this for years, the issues with Pokemon Go. Essentially, Pokemon Go is the world's perfect surveillance tool. If you would think about it, if you were the CIA or the NSA and you wanted people to spy on themselves and their friends for you, and you knew that everyone had smartphones, what would you want them to do? Well, you'd want them to take out their smartphones, hold it in front of them, so that the cameras on the front and the back of the phones could see everything that's going on. You'd want to tag where they're located. You'd want to control the people's movements, which the game does, and record little bits of that and send it all back up to the servers, to the cloud, right? That would be the ultimate spying tool. It would be amazing. That's exactly what happened. I'm just going to read you a quick little quote from an article I wrote back in 2016, 9 years ago on this. Way back in 2001, Keyhole Incorporated, which is what Niantic used to be called, the makers of Pokemon Go used to be called Keyhole, was founded by John Henke, who previously worked in a foreign affairs position within the US government. The company was named after the Eye in the Sky military satellites. One of the key early backers of Keyhole was a firm called In-Q-Tel. Now, In-Q-Tel is the venture capital firm of the CIA. And I want to make this very clear. Yes, the CIA has a venture capitalist firm. They invest in companies. Now, much of that funding for In-Q-Tel supposedly came from the National Geospatial Intelligence Agency, the NGA, who handles combat support for the U.S. Department of Defense and provides intelligence to the CIA and the NSA, among others. Now, the original CEO of In-Q-Tel, who invested in this company that eventually would make Pokemon Go, was a man named Gilman Louie. Now, Louie received a whole slew of awards, tons of awards, including the CIA Agency SEAL Medallion, the Director's Award by the Director of the CIA, and the Director of National Intelligence Medallion, all for investing in the company that would go on to create Pokemon Go. And Gilman Louie then sat on the board of directors for Niantic, the company that makes Pokemon Go. And so I talked about this to everyone who would listen, which mostly was conspiracy shows. I went on the radio. I was on the History Channel. I was there's a picture of the History Channel spelling my name wrong. Thanks, History. And I talked to a lot of people about these particular issues. But more than not, throughout the tech industry, I was ridiculed and mocked and labeled a conspiracy theorist for these crazy ideas. There's no way that Pokemon Go is being used to spy on us, to collect our data. No way. That's nonsense, Lunduk. You're crazy. And then this last November, oh boy, was I proven correct beyond my wildest dreams. The company behind Pokemon Go, Niantic, announced that they had been using for quite some time Pokemon Go to create 3D spatial maps using discrete images created and combining it with AI to create 3D maps of millions of places all around the earth, including inside your homes, inside of businesses, inside of government agencies, in public spaces, in restaurants, in bathrooms, in everywhere, so that they knew what the layout of all these places are, down to like within inches. They knew who tended to go to those places and on what schedule and where they walked around within those places, because they have all of that location data sent up to the cloud. Not just the people who played Pokemon Go, but the people who were near the people who played Pokemon Go. And they announced how amazing this was. Well, it's official. Pokemon Go is about the world's perfect spying and intelligence application. Flash forward just a few months. Niantic, the creators of Pokemon Go, are announcing that they're making a little bit of a change. They say on their blog post, quote, "People have discovered their neighborhoods, explored new places, and moved more than 300 billion miles. They've also come together at our live events where everyone is a participant, not just a spectator, contributing over $1 billion in economic impact in the cities that host them," end quote. And they've sold Pokemon Go along with some of their other games to another firm. This is an announcement from Pokemon Go's website. Quote, "I'm Ed Wu, and I have the privilege of leading the Pokemon Go team at Niantic. Today, I wanted to share some important news. Pokemon Go will be joining Scopely, a video game developer and publisher, home to a wide range of leading games and talent from all around the world." To Scopely, huh? So I went and checked out Scopely's announcement. It's from Scopely's website. Scopely took Niantic Games business, which can Go, one of the most successful mobile games of all time. Scopely, huh? Well, what the fart is a Scopely? So then I went and looked a little bit further, and here was an announcement from another organization. This announcement, this press release, is dated March 12th from Riyadh. Scopely Incorporated, the #1 mobile games company in the United States, and here's the important bit, wholly owned entity of Savvy Games Group, announced today its agreement to acquire the games business of Niantic, Pokemon Go. Savvy Games Group? What in the heckatarnations is a Savvy Games Group? Well, the Savvy Games Group, as it turns out, is a wholly owned entity of the Public Investment Fund of Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia owns Savvy Games Group, which in turn wholly owns Scopely, which now in turn wholly owns Pokemon Go. So Pokemon Go is owned by the Public Investment Fund of Saudi Arabia. Well, what the heck's the Public Investment Fund? Let's dive in, shall we? Here's their overview as how they describe themselves. Established in 1971 under Royal Decree number M-24, the fund, the Public Investment Fund, initially helped establish companies of foundational importance to the Saudi economy, including many national champions. The Public Investment Fund was reborn in March 2015 when the Kingdom's Council of Ministers issued Resolution 270, which placed the fund under the direction of the newly formed Council of Economic and Development Affairs, with the Crown Prince, His Royal Highness Mohammed bin Salman bin Abdulaziz, as chairman. This major step gave the PIF greater autonomy and better defined national strategic responsibilities. This change enabled Saudi Arabia's economy to progress at an accelerated pace and positioned PIF to be a key driver. Okay, so who is responsible for the Public Investment Fund? The lead of it, the person who was in charge of the whole thing, the chairman, is Prince Mohammed bin Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud, the crown prince, essentially the king of Saudi. He's the man in charge, right? He's the crown prince. Now, who is this Prince Mohammed guy? Well, a quick tour around the internet oh my gosh, do you find some crazy stuff? I'm just going to read a couple of little tidbits from various snippets about this guy. Quote, according to one source, Prince Mohammed bin Salman, his wife Sarah bint Mashur bin Abdulaziz Al Saud, who is also his first cousin, has endured frequent beatings and hospitalizations since she married the crown prince in 2008. The couple has 4 children together. So the crown prince of Saudi Arabia is not only a wife beater, but a cousin beater, because he married his first cousin and then began beating her ruthlessly. From Wired reports everything we know about the Jeff Bezos phone hack. A UN report links the attack on Jeff Bezos's iPhone X directly to Saudi Arabian Crown Prince Mohammed. So what happened here was Jeff Bezos, who was at that point in time, the richest man on earth at that point, exchanged phone numbers with the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia. The Crown Prince then text messaged malware to Jeff Bezos intentionally to hack Jeff Bezos's iPhone. So the Crown Prince hacks the iPhone of at that point. He was still in charge of Amazon, and he was just buying the Wall Street Journal back at that point. This report from CNN. Quote, outside the kingdom, lawmakers noted the crown prince is driving a devastating war with Yemen, has curtailed diplomatic relations and investment with Canada after objecting to tweets about human rights abuses, very likely ordered the premeditated murder of U.S. resident Jamal Khashoggi, who was a journalist, kidnapped the prime minister of Lebanon, and triggered a spat between Gulf allies that undermines U.S. attempts to create a united Arab front against Iran. And so there's lots of craziness. They order hits on people. He beats his wife / cousin, and hacks the phones of the richest people on earth. And now he's in control of theoretically, the world's most powerful surveillance tool. Now, what's the rest of the board of the public investment fund in Arabia? Well, it's basically people that report to the crown prince. It's other members of the Saudi Arabian government. This isn't like a separate business entity. This is the government, right? These are the individuals you're seeing on screen that now control Pokemon Go 100%. They control the whole gosh darn thing. And once again, that means seeing you wherever you are with your phone using Pokemon Go, seeing you through the camera of anyone who's playing Pokemon Go who can see you right now, hearing everything that happens, seeing where you are, where you go, what schedule you go to it on, and having a little bit of control about where people congregate to look at things, including detailed internal maps of all sorts of organizations. Multiple governments have banned Pokemon Go from various installations because it's a significant security risk, but not all. And now these guys and this guy, Prince Mohammed, now have full power over the whole gosh darned thing. Oh my word. This is an absolutely explosively crazy story. I'm going to say this flat out. I don't make recommendations often. I tell you my opinion. I'll criticize the heck out of something. I'm going to say this flat out. Don't play Pokemon Go. I get it. Pokemons are cool. My kids like Pokemon. Don't play Pokemon Go. Try to get your Pokemon fix elsewhere, because this literally is a surveillance and spying tool 100% owned by the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia and controlled by the government of Saudi Arabia, including here, let me just go ahead and read their titles here. The Minister of Commerce, the Minister of State, and the and member of Saudi Council of Ministers, the Minister of Finance, on and on and on. I mean, these are the people who run the Saudi Arabian government, along with the Crown friggin' Prince. Ay, ay, ay. So there you go. There you have it. friggin' fantastic. How this happens is crazy. But you have to know. You had to know almost that this was coming. If you went back in time and back to last.
All right, there is another aspect to all of this that is quite a revelation. See, I've been covering on my podcast for a while, and many others have been covering how our technology, our phones, can, be used to, I guess, get into other dimensions. People have taken a lot of pictures and seen a spirit in the background, seen a UFO in the background, seen all sorts of things in the background that weren't there before. Something of the other nature. Now, there is multiple versions of this. The UFOs or the ghosts when people ghost hunt, right? There's also the third aspect, Earth energy. So, this man took a picture of his family around the Mayan pyramid, and in the Mayan pyramid, because of the geometry and the sacred energy and the electricity and the electromagnetism, it's amazing. You're able to feel the energy, but the camera captured the energy. And this isn't the only pyramid that has done this. The Bosnian pyramid over in Bosnia, researched well by Dr. Sam Osmanagic, has captured the same thing. So around many pyramids around the world, I've even seen it at Giza, certain people have taken pictures and captured the light coming through it. So in certain places around the world, there is light emitting that cameras capture. So there's hidden light, there's hidden spirits, there's hidden UFOs in the sky that these cameras are also tracking. They are also databasing. They are also capturing in this Pokemon Go. It's so mysterious how they just overtook the whole world. They've literally mapped the whole world. Wherever Pokemon Go has been, which is almost on every country, let's just say maybe it is. Yeah, they've mapped majority of the world, right? So cameras have been able to capture all sorts of things, and we're giving access to our camera to a spy agency that is constantly recording and capturing and taking pictures of things that we cannot see that are there. So when they send, let's just say, when they send these people, play Pokemon Go to a certain area, they're like, oh, go capture this Pokemon. What if by some chance these agencies that are tied to the funding of this and tied to the creation of this, because it isn't just the Saudi Arabian, there are a lot of Jewish investors and people who are part of this. So when it comes over here to America, the people, Sam Altman and others. Now there's also a third layer of all of this. Now, this Niantic thinks they're sneaky, thinks they're slick. This company thinks that they can create an AI database of the whole world through us, create a surveillance tool through us. But I really do believe what I'm hitting on with this spirit and UFO and light technology is truly part of it. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you some. So Ingress, the video game and anime. You can find the video game on the App Store, maybe if it's still around, but you can find the anime online. So you can check out Ingress, the anime. Ingress was a location-based augmented reality game developed by Niantic, the same company that started selling and creating a 3D map of the whole world, then creating a tracking program and data program for robots. So they sold all of these, the 3D map, and they sold all the routes to robots. to make sure robots can get the delivery safe because they're following real people. They'll have to take real footsteps, I guess. This game, Ingress, first released in 2012. Players took the role of agents from two factions, Enlightened or Resistance, competing to capture and control real-world landmarks called portals. They are tied to the game's exotic matter, ki, prana, chi, see that light beam that we saw in the pyramid, that type of stuff. So that is what this game was tied to, portals that were tied to the exotic matter in a sense. So exotic matter, it's matter is raw until it's turned into good or bad, right? So at the start it's I guess it's neutral, and then it could be turned into bad or good, and that's what this game was about. So Niantic built a game that was using augmented reality and the phones to track the world, to in their sense have people fight over good and bad energy that the virtual reality, augmented reality could see. Now, what's crazy is that people don't know is that in real time, if these phones and cameras are actively on at all times, guess what? The companies can also see that hidden matter, those ghosts, those UFOs, the light energy beams through these pyramids and portals and locations all around the world, Stonehenge and different things. So they were sending people on little missions ever since then. It is a very, very trippy game and a very trippy anime. Now, here's more on it. So, in the game, there was, in the anime, which is part of the game and all of this, it's the whole understanding of this Ingress universe, right? There were ancient cults, like let's just say shamanic cults, tribal cults, and cults who were from, these places where nobody goes because they're just, these ancient tribes are just there. They knew of the energy, and they were protectors of it. They were protectors of the good energy, of the good ancient chi, prana, portal energy, whatever you want to call it. It is definitely one of the strangest things once you put two and two together. So this company that made this game is so Pokemon Go came later and after, because they started realizing like we're not going to get the job done from this. But this was their original program. This was their original idea. Very strange. Niantic and the people behind it are very, very dangerous because they're literally trying to map the whole world, 3D map the whole world, and AI train robots on their digital mapping of what we took footsteps. And everyone was going out and getting the Snorlax, a Charizard, a Pikachu, fucking whatever the fuck. They're making all sorts of routes. And well, in reality, the hidden side of this, these apps, these phones, the Xbox Connect, the iPhone camera, Samsung camera, our laptop cameras, all of these, they can see the spirits that we can't see, guys. And that's just the bare fact of it. And, these companies know. They're seeing it. They're using it for data and research and analysis to go ahead and study this ulterior, ultra dimensional, extra dimensional, these other dimensional type entities. When we see some of the remnants of UFOs or some ghosts on camera, it's pretty trippy. It's pretty trippy, I'll be honest. But keeps on happening over and over, and it's been happening for a long time. People been capturing ghosts on spirits way before any computers or AI. Or people been capturing ghosts on pictures. My bad. Like when pictures were invented, like in 1900s and before. Yeah, it's been happening. So there's something there, and these guys are using it to their advantage, and we're not being told about the hidden warfare on the spiritual realm. Next up, though, we're gonna keep going, man. This is a hot episode. I've been on fire lately. Just been at the gym, hitting the sauna. I've been feeling good, feeling blessed. Here, man, check this out. A new water heater that earns Bitcoins just hit the market. Superheat reveal electric water heater that. Oh, wow, man. Ooh. Water heater. Superheat. Get it now. Get it. Get it. Come on. Get Bitcoin. Get bold. Superheat H1. I'm over here just talking on that. I should advertise for them. Speaking of advertisements, man. I hope you guys go over to boomerboost.com. Please, if you guys could go over and check their website out to find the best supplements in the market. Yes, that's my opinion. Whatever. I love them. You will literally find everything that will power you up and get you strong. If you're looking for a kick to your step, no matter what age you are, it'll be this way. There's supplements like vitamins, minerals. They got probiotics. They got things that you need to get yourself ahead, strong, and focused. It was originally designed for sports and elderly, so athletes and elderly in mind. So people. So it was created to keep people strong, and by far one of the best companies with premium ingredients. Go over to boomerboost.com and use coupon code Joe30. Thank you. Now, look at this right here. This is what Mark Zuckerberg is up to. He's building a $270 trillion fortress with over 2,300 acres in Hawaii on the island of Kauai. So, in Hawaii, on Kauai, with security that is like a military base. Trip out.
$270 million fortress in Hawaii, and it's more than just a house. Hidden beneath 1,400 acres is a 5,000 square foot blast-proof bunker with its own water and power supply. It features blind doors that blend into the walls and a massive web of 11 luxury tree houses in the canopy. Local residents say the security is like a military base. Why is he preparing for the end of the world? Is this the ultimate safe house or just billionaire paranoia? Mark Zuckerberg is building a $270 million fortress in Hawaii, and it's more than just a house. Hidden beneath 1,400 acres is a 5,000 square foot blast-proof bunker with its own water and power supply. It features blind doors that blend into the walls and a massive web of 11 luxury tree houses in the canopy. Local residents say the security is...
This is insane. Think about it. How big and how structured these fortresses are, these castles, these lands that these billionaires have. Bigger than all of our family's properties combined. Another missile struck the largest Mossad research complex building in Tel Aviv. Ooh, they're going down. But we're going on. Instead of watching a movie, you can learn OpenClaw in about 5 hours of video. If you want to learn how to code AI, well, you can go over to Rohit Gulmar, and he reposted. I reposted This is insane. Yeah, we're not going to sit here and watch this 5-hour documentary. Sorry, guys. I know all you nerds want to watch this. Yeah, right. Look at this. So, double standard, huh? Cry when it's us, but laugh when it's them. Nah, we don't play that. Like, man, that's like they've been doing it to themselves. So, here's this woman who's paralyzed, but she's testament, and she's like telling people a little bit of mushrooms will make her legs have a little bit of feeling. Now, I've read stories, multiple stories of mushrooms actually healing people's paralyzation a couple times. I'll leave the rest up to you. I don't want to get like hurt people's feelings or make people think too much about it, but like this is real stuff. Like this is real, like this is truly medicine. You know, if you don't think that holistic medicine is medicine, I'm sorry, but it is. And people who are actually suffering have been some of the biggest proponents. Be like, no, like this actually heals because they are healers to the nerves, healers to the neurons, healers to the synapses, healers to all of the finer biology and neurology and the finer things. CBD, THC, the CB1 receptor, CB2 receptor, all of these things. They're great. Psilocybin, mushrooms, they're great. Yeah, Trump is admitting his defeat. He said, Iran is a nation of great power, tremendous power. No one expected them to attack the Gulf states. We were shocked. Iran hit us like no one hit us ever before. They hit us where we didn't ever get hit once ever. Like fucking yeah, Trump's a loser. Hey man, I hope you guys enjoyed tonight. It's been a great episode. We're about an hour in. I just want to do something quick, something fast, and get the news off to you guys. So we covered some great I guess information, news, pieces, whatever you want to call it. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please like, subscribe, and share, man. Every year, it's like we unlock more. We get better, get stronger. I hope you guys do at least, because for me, I've been getting stronger, smarter, faster. Yeah, stronger, smarter, faster, better, just happier. Just everything's been improving in my life, just year by year by year. We can make the solid change. We can make a daily change. We can help others. We can fix our life, fix our property, fix our friends, our relationships with our animals. Do anything we can to be better than before, better than yesterday. Learn one new thing a day. Be better than yesterday and learn one new thing a day. That's truly it, man. I'm going to go ahead and get off of this now. So, hope you guys enjoy your night. Be blessed. Be high. See you guys next time on the 509 Divine Podcast. Peace. I love you guys. You're my greatest fans. Yes. I love you.